Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Minority Caucus. This is the platform that the New Patriotic Party uses to tell you its views and opinions about happenings in Ghana today. There's a lot happening in Ghana today, and really, when you look at it, you have a feel as though the nation is in crisis and the nation is in chaos. Today I have two very good gentlemen in the studios who are going to discuss these matters with me. And trust me, we have some very, very interesting videos and findings as well to discuss with you. So why don't you hold on and let me go on this very short break. When I come back, we'll discuss the matters. My name is Nana Kofi Damo. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Minority Caucus. Now, today with me to do the discussions in the studio are Mr. Asamoah Gyamfi, a member of the NPP communications team, who is to my immediate left. And then we have Baba Saidu, who is also a member of the NPP communications team and a former aspirant, parliamentary aspirant for the Boko seats. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you. Now, when we speak about a nation in crisis, what really is our basis for this? I'll give you a couple of newspapers and their headlines for today, just today. Bear in mind the fact that everything that I'm going to show you is just today. First of all, the final newspaper, crisis looms as cocoa and gold prices fall significantly. So this is hinting that we have a problem in Ghana and there's a crisis that is looming. The New Era newspaper says that venture capital alarm blows at venture capital. Now, venture capital now runs a charity company, not interested in everything. This speaks of corruption, that there's an issue there at venture capital. Let's look at the moment. It also says that road contractor recommends suspend road tolls, among others. So there's a problem, once again, hinting of corruption in the road construction industry. Now, this one, the Statesman, I want you to pay attention to the very small story up here. How overvoting and bribery marred Kwehu East DCE confirmation. The very small story here with Baba Jamal's photograph. How overvoting and bribery marred Kwehu East DCE confirmation. And then we come again to a newspaper, Amantie, purge the system. Government urged to freeze operations of faceless road contractors. Once again, there's an issue of corruption. And then the Daily Graphic says that private universities to pay tax. So it's an issue of financial crisis once again. We're going to have to collect more and more money. Look at the scandal. 2013 budget in limbo. Many projects cannot be executed. Another GDA 419 exposed. Corruption once again, budget, financial difficulties all over again. These are the situations that we are facing in our country today. Am I right to say that the country is in chaos and nothing is working based on these reports? I'll put that question to Baba Saidu first.
Thank you very much. Let me take this opportunity to say a very good evening to our cherished viewers across the globe. Nana, we are in serious crisis. The economy is in serious mess. To start with, the total revenue for 2012 was 16.1 billion. The government, for whatever reason, went to spend 24.9 billion. And that explained the deficit of 8.9 billion. And it is because of this deficit that this government is combing all angles of this country, imposing taxes left, right, center, without considering the timing, without considering the economic hassle of Ghanaians. We are in serious crisis. Look, this was put to the Minister of Finance in the floor of the House about this deficit. He conceded. Now, this deficit cannot be explained as to how this deficit came about. Cannot be explained. A document that was put before him in the House shows clearly that only at the presidency, they overspent their budget to a tune of 650 million
Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis.
Okay. Now we'll come into the nitty-gritties of all of that, but that's for an opening comment. When you look at what the newspapers of today are telling, and this is interesting because these newspapers cannot be described as NPP newspapers all at once. The Daily Graphic, the Adansi and all of that, they cannot be described as NBC and the NPP newspapers all at once. But they all carry a story that Ghana is in chaos. We have a serious financial crisis. How did this come about? Should we be worried?
Well, indeed, we should be worried. And if you're a businessman, like some of us are, you get angry, not just being worried. Okay, you get angry because of the fact that the Mahama administration is the most irresponsible government ever, you know, because a phantom why and how within the space of 3 months could overspend to over 8 billion, and yet there is no single project
that you can show.
You can show. If you look, you just oppose that against Kufuor's 8 years administration, who spent 8.5 billion. There are a lot of things to show for. You have the Tamale Sports Stadium that was newly built to international standard. You have the Esupong. You have Accra. You have Kumasi. We can talk of the Bui hydro dam. We can talk of road projects. In fact, during Kufuor's administration, okay, tarred roads where before he took over, we had only 16,000 kilometer tarred roads. By the time he was leaving, it has doubled to 32,000 kilometers. You understand? And there is something to show for. Now, you within 3 months spend the same amount of money, and I keep on challenging the NDC. They should show us a single project that they use for. No. Now, what irritates me is that they did this without parliamentary approval.
Yes.
Now, you create a gaping hole. You understand? Which is a festering wound. It's not just a hole, but it's a festering wound, which is bleeding. Okay? And now you come back to the poor farmer. That you are taxing cutlasses, you are taxing Wellington boots, you are taxing agrochemicals. You get it? Even universities, they did not add one single infrastructure. Go to our university campuses. What single infrastructure did they add over the 4 years? What else to show for? Now, private universities take up the need to absorb these people. You turn your back and say they are making profit, so you are going to tax them. So it is quite irritating. And they don't want to tell the Ghanaians the truth. In one minute, they said the economy is challenged. Look, if you owe me, okay, and I come to you for you to pay me, and you refuse to pay, aren't you broke?
Yeah. Broke.
So if we say the economy is broke, the finance minister say the economy is challenged. If indeed the economy is challenged, pay road contractors. If indeed the economy is not broke,
and we are not, yeah.
If indeed the economy is not broke, prison officers last week were thrown out of their houses in Kumasi, in Takoradi. If the economy is not broke, we are in the moving to the third quarter. Government subventions to state institutions have been delayed. So that is a stark reality.
Okay. Now, I want us to take a look at a very, very interesting video that I have to show you. This shows a very, very, very interesting video of Honorable Murtala Mohammed. I think you're playing the wrong video. There's a very simple issue of the Minister of Information had a big issue with my party and the people within us. They said that we're peddling falsehoods on a particular matter. And what exactly the truth of that matter is what we want to expose to you. But first of all, we want to show you what is it that he said, the exact tenets of what he said, what he sought to explain, and then we'll tell you what the realities of that are. But coming back to the discussion, I understand so far that we have issues. Well, the video is ready, I've been informed, and so let's go for the video.
That is another falsehood that is put out there. I'm a member of the Finance Committee. There have always been taxes on some of the things that government is asking that people pay. It's not all condoms that the taxes are put on. There are some condoms that naturally that are not expensive. You have luxurious condoms, if you like, that are very expensive. And even if you look at the physical, the stabilization levy, it is not on cost, but it is on profit that people make. This is a proposal that is being made, and that proposal certainly will be looked at. The Finance Committee will look at the proposal, and a decision is taken. I don't doubt the wisdom of Parliament in taking the most appropriate decision.
That is interesting because at the point when the Honorable Deputy Minister was calling that particular the tax a proposal, it had been passed by Parliament. I repeat it. At the point when the Honourable Minister was standing there boldly telling all of us that that was nothing but just a proposal, that bill had been passed by Parliament. Take a look again.
That is another falsehood that is put out there. I'm a member of the Finance Committee. There have always been taxes on some of the things that government is asking that people pay. It's not all condoms that the taxes are put on. There are some condoms that naturally that are not expensive. You have luxurious condoms, if you like, that are very expensive. And even if you look at the physical, the stabilization levy, it is not on cost, but it is on profit that people make. This is a proposal that is being made, and that proposal certainly will be looked at. The Finance Committee will look at the proposal, and a decision is taken. I don't doubt the wisdom of Parliament in taking the most appropriate decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is only in Ghana where a deputy minister can boldly face the people of Ghana and say somebody else is telling a falsehood and that what he's saying is the truth. Meanwhile, what he's saying is a bold lie. That, to me, is the cause of our problems in this country. Why can't we be honest with the people of Ghana in dealing with the issues? Today, we are taxing condoms, we are taxing machetes, we are taxing everything, including private universities, to pay taxes. Mr. Asamoah Gyamfi.
You see, that is a sad aspect. And it is even coming at a time that government should have rather said they need the support of private universities. Over 300,000 people are going to pass out this year. Less than 100,000 can be absorbed by the public universities. What it means is that we would need the 300 to be absorbed by the public universities. The most sensible thing, and if indeed they are so-called social democratic party should rather sit with what they call private university, see how best they could help them, raise interest-free loans. We are talking about some 200 or 50 million Ghana cedis given to someone to go and confirm 60 million of that with interest-free. Is that not it? That is what a sensible government does. Because these students going to be trained would add up to the human resource. It becomes the human resource capital, the basis for which the country can grow. Don't they calculate the GDP of a country with human resource? But you know what they're doing? They think that they're making money. That's what this knows. They still are ingrained with this communist thing. You understand? And think that these people are making money. You go and change the law. And that's the irony. The MPP that's supposed to be capitalists, who should be moving towards that, pass a law exempting them from paying taxes as a means of stimulating them. And you saw it. But when the PMPP took over, there were less than 4 private universities. By the time they were leaving, we have close to, is it 30? 50. Because of these incentives that were given to them. Instead of allowing them to grow, giving them incentives so they can build more lecture halls, build more dormitories so that they can take care of their lecturers. Now, these lecturers, per the National Accreditation Board condition, must be doing research. Is that not it? Yeah. Those research should feed into national policy. Will government pay these private universities if they pick their research and feeding them to national policy? Would they pay the lecturers or would they pay the universities? Clearly, it is a desperate government that does this.
Clearly, it is a desperate government that does this. Clearly, is it also a desperate government that is dealing with a nation in crisis, Baba Saidu?
Obviously, for me, I'm still looking for the best word to describe this government. This is a visionless government. Like my senior talked about this taxes on private universities. Look, by the time these taxes will be passed, these universities will all be collapsed. They would collapse. They are going to collapse because the cost of running these universities, okay, even currently as I speak to you now, make your own survey, and I'm sure listeners are watching, that how much are students paying for a private university student? How much are you paying per a semester? And yet you go again to impose taxes. Already parents are faced with hardship. Already parents are facing the difficulties by this economy. And you go again, and how many percentage of our students is observed by these private government institutions, public institutions? Chunk of our students go through the private universities because as we speak today, we have about 52 or more of private universities in the country. And so about 60% of graduates of every year comes from the private universities. And you go ahead and you impose taxes on private universities. Now, let's quickly discuss the this soundbite that you played about the...
Yeah.
You see, you stand before Ghanaians and you lie. You completely lie. This tax has already been passed by Parliament, and you are telling us that they are now going to consider it. I don't know. Maybe he's not in this country. Maybe he was in Nigeria. Because for me, I mean, this is something that we all heard, we all saw clearly. Besides that, he's saying that they are taxing people who are making money.
Luxurious condoms in court. I wonder what that means.
It's at a time you are imposing taxes at a time that we are fighting to eradicate HIV. Numerous NGOs are working around the clock to minimize, if not eradicate, STDs. That is the time you are increasing, you are putting taxes on condoms, on the face of luxurious condoms.
Well,
a quick one. He talked about what is it?
Falsehood. Stabilization levy being imposed.
Imposed, and that it is on those who are making profits. There is a tax currently on Chalewati. Those who were Chalewati, are they making money? Are they rich? Do they belong to the rich?
The machetes that are used.
The machetes. Today, look at the problem we are faced with our cocoa industry, and you go ahead and you impose taxes on Chalewati and cutlasses. Agrochemicals. Why are we going?
To impose a tax on fertilizer.
This is a visionless government. There is no direction. This 8.9 billion deficit, they are doing everything possible to cover it. But you see, this is not the way to go. Already the Ghanaians are faced with hardship. There are ways to cover up this, not to keep on imposing unnecessary taxes at a time that Ghanaians are suffering. Look, business consumer index has dropped. Okay, business confidence has dropped dramatically. If you are doing business today in Ghana, all you do is to go to your shop and watch and fold your arms and see what God will do. Debbie. You understand? But looking at the cost of raw materials in this country, high unstable electricity, high tariffs
everywhere,
and that is the time you impose taxes on Ghanaians.
Mr. Samojefi, let's look at all of these things, all of these challenges that the economy is facing. And then we are being told that some people have been giving money to the extent that they will have to refund some of them, the 200 and whatever, I'm talking about the leader issues. We are being told of what is happening at the Venture Capital Trust Fund, where people are allegedly being given monies free of charge, and they don't even have to refund those monies to the state. They are no longer interested. We heard of what happened at Maslok. We heard of what happened at the Ghana Tourist Authority, among others. Really, is this government a sensitive government?
You know, they came to create, to loot, and to share. And I think that the Jesus thing is a typical example. And I keep on telling the people of this country, forget it. President Mahama don't have the balls to go for the money. Do you know why?
Why?
You remember the items that were being distributed?
Yeah.
To university students? Yeah. They came and said, allergy that is doing it. Whose picture was branded with those things? You think any lunch is free? This is where the money went. And I believe that Gambira is not idiot. He will list all the people. Honorable Kojo Mensah, I gave him this. Thomas Edison, I gave him this. Office of the President, I gave this. National Chairman, I gave this. So if they go after him, he also tell the people where the money went. It's as simple as that. But you know, whereas they are creating this hardship on universities, on condoms, and whatever, the total amount of money they expect to get is less than 400 million Ghana cedis. Is that not it?
Yes.
Meanwhile, in one agency alone, 200 million is there to be collected. But President Mahama have equated him to be a PRO president. I think he still thinks and behaves as if he's working at the Japanese embassy. You know why? Look, this is the president who promised the people of this country that he's going to be transparent. Is that not it? And that he was going to fight corruption. A minister puts up a committee, the committee brings a report, Under the normal circumstances, the committee should have presented the thing to the minister in his office. But this time, they filed them all out before camera. Minister took it from committee chairman. Committee chairman gave it to the president. He pulled his drawer, put it inside, and go to Abuja. Nothing has happened. If indeed he's a president serious to do something.
But we're being told that by the Deputy Minister of Information, Felix Kwachie, of course, that the president says that he will do something about it. We should take the word of the president.
You see, the Ashanti says that a job you remember the Waterville thing? Do you know how Hamidu now is going back to court to say there's miscarriage of justice? Right. Because the court did not nail the Attorney General to chase the money. There is no commitment to chase the money. How many days does it take to get a court ruling from court? How many days? Less than 24 hours. You could have gotten it. Because as the judge was reading, the thing has already been printed. Yeah. All you need is to take the letter to the register. A stamp is put on it. Go and pay some less than even 5 Ghana cedis. The judgment is given to you. All you needed to do was to hand it over to Yoko and say, chase them for the money. You don't need 1 month. What has happened? Again, because they created and looted and shared. If they go after the Italian is going to tell how the money has been shared. And so they won't do it.
Create, loot, and share. If you go after them, they will tell you how the money has been shared. This is the hard reality of what we face in Ghana, a nation in crisis. Please hold on. We'll take a break and come back. Welcome back to Minority Caucus. Now I have something that's very, very interesting to show you. The premise is that I think this government is highly insensitive, and I'll show you why. In a video, and I'm getting ready for my director to signal me that the video is ready. In a video that we'll show you the real problem. We're picking on just one aspect of the Ghanaian economy, the housing sector. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look. They show that 50% of people are living in such substandard housing areas. 50% of people are living in these areas. And that's a problem for all of us. Serious problem for all of us. Nana Akufo-Addo said he's going to introduce a new system of housing like this. There's a plan. That's an architectural plan of what Nana Akufo-Addo wanted to do. This is what he wanted to do. You can see the plan. Everything is ready. The costing has been done. Everything has been done. What did this government say in answer to these plans? What did the president, John Mahama, say in answer to these plans? This, you can see, is a very clear plan. Everything is planned, that people were going to have housing. There, he said it is an insult. The plans that you just saw, the president himself called them an insult to the dignity of the people of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, what were his alternatives? This. People are living in such conditions, you don't find them insulting. You are at peace with the fact that people are surviving in these areas. It is not an insult. But if I bring a proposal that they should be moved from this area to a better place, as you are going to see subsequently, the president says that that point that I want to take the people to is an insult. That point is an insult. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a true situation. People are living in these places. And you can see them all over in our various cities. They are everywhere. Government is spending monies, large sums of money, doling them out. And we want people to move into areas like this. It is not the best, but it's better than where they are. Look at how well crafted the plan is. Look at how very well planned and structured Nana Akufo-Addo's plans are. Look at them. Yet this president says that look at how well structured it is. Steady area, and it's a complete package that we had for the people of Ghana. The president said it's an insult. Take a look, and I'm not the one saying it. You cannot refer to it. It is and people should live under these circumstances. This is what you consider not to be an insult. Baba Saidu, when you see such things, and then you link them to the fact that the government is continuing to spend money in a very wanton manner, how do we link the two?
You see, I am. You see, the unfortunate thing is that these areas that, we've just seen, I believe that is, you see, unfortunately, these are my people. These are, the northern part of the country. And the other soundbite where there is these huge gutters. Yeah. That is where the Kaya are living. These are northerners. That is the unfortunate thing. But this man came and that he is a Northerner. He is coming to salvage the Northerners. Okay? Only for him to turn around and do something else. What happened to the affordable houses that was started by ex-President Kufuor? It's been abandoned. Nana Akufo-Addo comes and says, look, I am going to improve upon it. This is my plan. You come out boldly and say it is an insult. I am challenging Mustafa, the Minister for Communication and Media Relations, Muntala. He's good at lying. He should come out and tell us one single project that they have done ever since they assumed office. One. So clearly, this is an insensitive government. You know why they are insensitive? In the history of this country, 182 government hospitals went on strike because of non-payment of national health insurance. And you know the total amount? 50 million Ghana cedis. People were dying. Innocent Ghanaians who cannot afford but were using health insurance could not access medication because they are on strike. The government could not pay their bills. That was the time this government went and was distributing Land Cruisers, okay, 4x4 vehicles to chiefs.
I-10 vehicles to university students, outboard motors.
You understand?
Everywhere.
So where is the vision? They are clearly insensitive. Look at the number of deaths that we recorded at the N1 highway.
Because of the lack of overheads.
The total amount of that project is $180 million. And there were supposed to be 7 interchanges. So far we have just 2. One interchange is $50 million. Only at youth and sports, 350 million is blown.
Just like that.
Just like that.
To show for it. Well, that
could have built those interchanges
that we are talking about.
Let me bring
so
therefore, Ghanaians will not die.
On this one, Mr. Asamoah Gyamfi, yes, somebody has a plan. He's gone through the pain and the process of proposing his plan. You come and call it an insult, and then give us policy alternatives. We've not seen anything from them. And then we are beginning to hear that our monies are being spent left, right, center on wanton dissipation of projects. What do you think?
You see, that is the irony of the Ghanaian, that the one who can deceive them are the one they seem to appreciate. What Nana Addo is talking about is what people did in Europe in the early stages of the economic development, and they still do it. They used to call them tenements. Now they call them council houses. The idea is that these economic migrants feed into the economy. They generate economic activity within these urban areas. And for that matter, there is a need to keep them in places that they can have decent life. Okay? And so if you go to London, they have them. They call them, what do you call it? Tenements. That you move from a village, from outskirts. When you come, you stay there. You can, what do you call it? Go out to work and come and sleep. Okay, there are some that are dormitories, there are some that are 1 bedroom, and many others. And that is the kind of vision Nana Addo had. They ended up saying that it is an insult, okay, and told the Kayeye people, and they really played the tribal card. John Mahama played it. That is the Kambunga. Instead of developing your village, he's saying that he's going to build a house for you here. The reality is that when the power was handed over to him, what has he done?
Look at the conditions people live under in this country.
What has he done? And you see, you might think that this is far away from you.
This is right here in Accra.
He might pick a disease, who would then go to the Makola market, carry your wife something, touch it, you understand? They come and cook, and by the time you have typhoid, you say, how did I get typhoid here? Because of where he came from. That is the impact. That is the impact. You understand? Or he sleeps there. Look, I have done a study on it. Go in front of some of the stores at Makola, and they sleep like, excuse me, like sardines.
Yeah. You know the interesting thing I figured out?
Go to Tema, what do you call it, station.
No, just go to Newtown.
They sleep there like that. You understand? And whether we like it or not, they impact on the economy. Go and ask MTN. Go and ask the telecos. Ask the beverage companies. They make a lot of sales through these people on the streets than their distributors will do.
Yeah.
And so what it means is that if they are not within the urban areas, it will impact on the production output. So clearly, they are an integral part. And it's important that Nanado's vision
for them.
Nanado means you cater for them. And then it was not only that you didn't complete it. Nanado's vision was that you put them there so that you can give them some skills training. That was the vision. He doesn't see that. But he can give 65 million Ghana cedis to Azontaba to go and train people. Interest-free loan. I'm telling you, that 65 million could have built Tanamans that will house not less than 10,000 people in
You see,
Accra.
the interesting thing is that what you see here are very, very interesting prospects, okay? I was a part of a project. I've listened to the experts speak on these things. And one of these projects that you are seeing on your screen will probably cost between 100 and 300,000, as you see there, Ghana cedis. 100 and 300,000 Ghana cedis. Now, if the assemblies are to own these projects and put them up,
You
and
can make
just
money
provide
back.
the land,
You can
just
make the
provide
money-
the land,
you can make the
you
money
can
back.
then hand them over to private persons and say, look, this is how much it costs. Bring your 300. You become an investor, and you create a space, and people would use it.
And you make the money back. Because the people sleeping in front of the stores, they pay 1 cedi a night. It's not free.
Yeah, some people, behind the Oman FM building, there are some these kiosks that I realize they're paying about 10 cedis a day
Yes.
to live in a kiosk.
That's right.
But you see, ladies and gentlemen, the point we're making here is that this is an insensitive government. This is a government that is visionless, and it
Wasting our
thrives
money.
on propaganda, lies. And we must really pray that indeed the good Lord lifts his hand. And I know that is why all of us are here. And we are continuing to pray that the good Lord will lift his hand. Let us also pray that he will give the Supreme Court judges the boldness to make the right decision based on all the evidence that lies before them. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time you can call us on 030-2211-701-324, 030-2211-701-324, and express your opinion. You can also send your text messages on 1760 all networks, 1760 all networks, so that you can join in this discussion. But I believe you've seen enough. I believe that myself and my panelists are awed.
I'm angry. Not just all. I am angry. Because you see, it beats my imagination that you have a solution to the problem, you have the money to it, but you have an incompetent, corrupt group of people whose own mindset is to create loot and share the public purse, and then turn around and come back and tell the people that we are sharing, let's all pay for it. That is what angers me day by day when these reports comes out.
Okay. Baron, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Nana. Please, how are you and your panel?
It is by the grace of God we are surviving.
In fact, today I'm very, very sad. I was eating when you people came. In fact, the pictures you've just shown, I am very, very sad. I don't even know what to say. Why is it? Why do we even vote at all? We vote so that people can make our lives better. And people moving from the rural areas to the cities, if the government has plans for them, has it gotten anything for them? And these people, where they live, at the end of the day, when they get ill and they go to the hospital, would they even get money? Even the NHIS, which is called, when they get to the hospital, what would they do? Nana, this evening, I am very, very, very sad. I'm very, very sad. We pray that indeed Nana should come and give us hope. Thank you very much.
Thank you too very much. I have Kay on the line. Kay, how are you doing?
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening. Can you please reduce the volume on your television set?
Okay.
Thank
Nana, today I'm very, very sad. I'm very, very, very sad. I don't know what to say it again. What is going on in this country? Are we safe in this country? Everything, Nana, everything in this country is not going well. Let us pray hard. Everybody in this country, please, let us pray for these judges. These judges, we beg them to do something that will not hate this country. Please, we beg them in the name of God. Children are suffering. Everybody is suffering in this country. There's nothing else to help this. These people can even help this country. Let us pray to God so God will do something better for this country. Send my greetings to my MP, Honorable Kofi Amiao. Thank you very much.
Thank you too very much. Odikro, welcome. Hello, do I have Odikro on the line, please? Odikro? Okay, it's unfortunate. I think I've lost Odikro on the line. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the point that we continue to make. We vote and we engage in political activities because we're supposed to use the power to better the lives of the people in this country. You don't have an alternative. You don't have a vision. Somebody proposes his vision and you call it an insult. But you can see clearly that the people are suffering. I have been accused several times of, bringing my emotions into politics. But I'm sorry, if I can't express my pain as to what my people are going through when they have to live under such circumstances, then am I human? McLean, welcome. Hello, McLean.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Calling from Cape Coast.
Can you speak up a bit, please?
Yeah, I say calling from Cape Coast. From Cape.
Hello, McLean.
Yeah.
Okay, you have the floor. Please speak.
Yeah, thanks for the good work you are doing. Yeah, there is that. Hello.
Yeah, hello. You're on the line.
Yes. I just want to suggest that you are doing a good work. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I think describing some other person as visionless and other things, maybe you need to look at those parts of our communication. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you too very much. We'll take your advice in good stride. I have another caller on the line. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Chief. You have the floor.
Yeah, my name is Joe. I want to say that we are praying that the Supreme Court, as you said, will make the right decision, and I am very confident that at the end we'll all smile. Thank you very much.
Thank you too very much. Boachi Yadom, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are doing a great job. What I want to say is that we all have to pray, because it's clear that the NDC, they've lost control, but just that they are there just because of greed. But we all know that what happened during the elections, it is something else. But let's all pray that the Supreme Court judges, God will descend on them and then they will do the right thing.
Thank you too very much for your call. We have Haruna on the line. Haruna, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm Haruna, calling you from Yindi.
Yes, sir.
I'm always trying your line. I've not been getting you, but thanks today I've gotten you. For Miss Mama government, in fact, we are suffering. People are suffering. People are really suffering. So we are praying for the Supreme Judges to come to our aid. So as you always see, God, we are all praying for the Almighty Allah to come to our aid so that there will be changes for us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you too very much for your phone call. Emmanuel, welcome.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Emmanuel, you're welcome.
All I want to say is that and I want to comment. This government is heartless and doesn't have Ghanaians at heart. What you are saying, I think Ghanaians don't know what they are doing. I laugh what my man, a gentleman, is what they are saying. God bless and ask for to
Thank you too very much for your phone call. As you can see, that the Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the man that had the vision. Together with Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, you can see clearly. And it's so much of a pain to me because I know what these people are going through. We've been doing a series of research, and we hope that very soon we can put all our findings on the internet for all of you to see. Plans like this exist. And you see, for every single thing that we spoke about in the manifesto, we have plans like this. We talk of free education, the costing has been done. We talk of housing, the plans are ready. We talk of every single thing, the development is ready. All we needed is the power. Isaac, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, Chief. Can you please turn down the volume on your TV set?
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, you can talk. We are listening.
Okay. I'm Isaac calling from Adanse Bojisango in Adanse Bojisango in Asokwa constituency. I'm very pleased about the program that we are handling now. And we are all praying, as you said, for the judges to take their boldness and come out with the verdicts with a greatest opportunity, which I think it will help the youth, especially those who are in school. So thank you for your better chances.
Thank you very much as well. We are very grateful for your call. I have another caller on the line. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim, calling from Drobo.
Yes, sir. You have the floor.
You see, the first I would say is that if you go to the Holy Quran, it is said that I was saying that Wakulija Haka Wazak al Batel in al Batel Khan and Jahuka. They say when truth is held against falsehood, falsehood perishes. For falsehood by its nature is bound to perish. So the falsehood that they have been peddling,